Algebra is like sheet music. The important thing isn't, can you read music? It's, can you hear it? Can you hear the music, Robert? Elias Pettersson is facing that same music. All Oppenheimer references aside, we have ourselves so much to go over in this morning edition of Vancouver Canucks News and Notes. Because the Canucks have the Canadiens later today. That's great. They're in Montreal. But what exactly is Taj referring to? Pettersson facing the music with this interview? Well, all you gotta do is head over to Ian McIntyre's latest article from about an hour ago. Canucks Elias Pettersson keeping focus on turning the season around amid trade noise. It was Ian McIntyre, IMAC, who had spoken to Patrick Allvin and grabbed those juicy quotes from earlier in the month. But now it's EP40's turn to reply and respond to everything that has been going on. Before this, though, I wanted to dive into some other notes, some other Canucks updates like this, posted by Thomas Drance about 7 minutes ago. Thatcher Demko seems unlikely to back up Monday in Montreal, but Rick Tocchet wouldn't rule it out and suggested that he is progressing. Dakota Joshua, who will miss at least 3 games after landing on the IR, is week to week, according to Tocchet. How many more injuries does this team have to have before the hockey gods forgive us? And yeah, I'm going to go out there and agree with that info, kid. The Canucks have been screwed by injuries. They have been terrible in the luck department this year. The hockey gods might have done some refurbishing and recalibrating after seeing the Canucks have the success they had last year. So, Dakota Joshua, he's out for at least 3 games, week to week. Of course, we hope for a speedy recovery for him. And furthermore, to the Ian McIntyre articles going out there, before we dive into the Pettersson talk, I wanted to go over some Quinn Hughes talk, because this was posted yesterday also by Ian McIntyre. Canucks Hughes nears return amid rough waters. Let's go over to some of the quotes here from Quinn. As players flew east on Saturday, Sportsnet insider Elliotte Friedman reported on Hockey Night in Canada that the Canucks are taking trade offers on both Miller and Pettersson, and that, as GM Patrick Allvin told us in a sit-down interview last week, anything is possible with the struggling team. Yeah, definitely. A lot more challenges, more ups and downs, Quinn Hughes said Sunday in a quiet conversation at the Canadiens practice facility. For sure, it wears you down, but that's like any other year. I mean, last year, I can remember feeling mentally exhausted after the season. Definitely this year has been a little bit more than that. But I think my game has never been better, so I know it's not affecting me on the ice. As far as our team, I think all this stuff, it's just going to make us stronger. Whatever we have going on, we'll figure it out. And I know everyone in here wants to win. You know, it's not as complicated as people make it seem. For me, my focus today would be, it's my first day back with the team, so have a good practice. And from a group perspective, I know everyone's coming here and they want to win tomorrow. That's all. It is kind of interesting how Quinn Hughes is already practicing back with the team, because when you think about the timelines, we all thought that Hughes would be week to week, he'd be out for longer than Petey, but now he's going out there doing interviews. He's looking pretty good. Quinn Hughes, obviously the MVP of Vancouver this season. With this in mind, though, and with the comments all cemented, let's go back over onto Ian McIntyre's Pettersson piece and dive into some of the quotes that Pettersson has. There's a path to peace for EP and the Canucks. Put pucks in net and win games, he had said. I know I can do better, Elias Pettersson said on Sunday. I'll be the first one to say it, and I never think things will get easier. I haven't had the start of the season that I wanted to. At the end of the day, I have expectations from the club, and obviously I haven't met them yet. But I mean, it doesn't matter what people say. I know what I can do, and that's what I'm focusing on doing. So, good on Elias Pettersson for taking accountability for what it is that's expected out of him as an 11-point-something million player, one of the most expensive players in the entire gosh darn NHL, going out there and calling himself out. Patrick Allvin also said in last week's interview that anything is possible when it comes to trades, and Elliotte Friedman reported Saturday the Canucks are looking at the market on both Petey and Miller. Pettersson has heard a lot of things during his 6.5 seasons in Vancouver, but unlike Miller, rarely has he been the epicenter of trade conjecture. I'm aware of it, I've heard it, Pettersson told us. But then it's like, can I control it? No. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying not to think about it, but I'm sure it'll go away if I play better and if we win. Does he want to remain with the Canucks? Yes, of course. That's why I signed here. Of course. And that, ultimately, this right here, 100% correct. If the Canucks win, if Pettersson scores 100 points, nobody's talking about the idea of trading him. It's only because the team is stinking right now, because the team is blowing leads in the third period, because the team is not stringing together wins. They haven't had any sort of a meaningful winning streak this season. They've been really inconsistent. And because the team is in a hockey-crazed market, because everybody here cares so much about the Canucks, because there are expectations from last year, because all these factors combine into this concoction of Canucks hockey this season, it is very easy to understand why this Pettersson thing is a big deal, why the media won't stop talking about it, why I won't stop talking about it. And that's the thing. I'm here following the noise, following the market. Everybody is talking about this, therefore we can talk about it too. And so the best way to calm it all down, PD, Canucks, is to just play better and to just win. If the Canucks are starting to get everything going, if Miller starts producing, Pettersson comes back, he starts producing, then this is not a problem anymore. That is ultimately what we want. The Canucks have survived a Netflix season of drama through 38 games. Yeah, they could say that again. All the injuries and all the inconsistencies. Pettersson went out there and said this: "I'm always trying to be the best player I can every game. Some games are going to be better than others, but every day is a new day, and now that I'm back playing, I'm excited. I'm trying not to live in the past, obviously. I wish I would have played a lot better. I wish I'd played a lot of games better, but I've tried to learn and not to play too much in the past and just try to focus on what I can do better. What's happened in the past and my play doesn't matter. I'm just trying to look forward to what's ahead." Now, I would argue that what's happened in the past actually does matter, but it does kind of present an interesting philosophy here. Hey, short-term mindset, right? If Pettersson has had a few bad games, hopefully that San Jose game with 2 goals in his pocket is a start of a new beginning here for PD in the second half of 24-25. The article also says here, if Pettersson doesn't play tonight, he is expected to return in Washington on Wednesday. Star defenseman Quinn Hughes also practiced Sunday and is day-to-day, and injured goalie Thatcher Demko is on the trip, although Kevin Lankinen is expected to start tonight for the Canucks. Now, with all this in mind, let's go back over onto Twitter and read some tweets from Taj. He goes out there and transcribes some of the latest 32 Thoughts content, as well as what Satyr Shah said on Sportsnet 650. Friedman spoke on 32 Thoughts this morning about Pettersson and JT. There are some people that really tried to make it work, and right now it doesn't look like it is going to work. Another tweet here says, Satyr Shah on a possible Canucks trade. As of early this morning, it does not seem like anything is close. Sat also thinks they play out the season and trade one player in the offseason if things don't go well. He has a hard time believing they will trade Pettersson over Miller. So, add another one into the trading Miller bucket here, because it does not seem like trading Pettersson is a more likely scenario over JT at the moment. Of course, though, this is all just reading the tea leaves. Anything can happen at any time. We just gotta be cognizant that the Canucks management is working behind the scenes, and not everything is going to be leaked out into the media. Sat also does not think, in general, that the Canucks will trade Pettersson. So with this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all of these Vancouver Canucks news and notes from this morning up until the game against Montreal. We're just going ballistic mode here, man. There's so many things to talk about, so many insiders going out there and saying different things about this team. This has been arguably like the craziest season of Vancouver Canucks hockey I have covered on this YouTube channel. And that's saying something after last year's incredible run, which saw the team have so much success and so much prosperity. Because, look, I hate to say it, you hate hearing it, but at the end of the day, controversy sells. Negativity sells. The reason everybody's talking about Vancouver more now versus last year is because there's more controversy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just how the media works. It's how everything works here when it comes to having eyes on the product. It's like a car crash. You want to look away, but you can't. You know, it's not a good thing, but you can't help but keep your eyes glued to it because this is interesting. So I'm not going to go out there and say that the media is bad for talking about this stuff. I'd be hypocritical if I did that. But the fact is, the media here in Vancouver is crazy. I'm crazy. Y'all who are all watching these videos, y'all are crazy. We're crazy about this stuff. And that's why it's a big deal, because there's expectations that are not being fulfilled. Pettersson is going out there and calling himself out, saying that he needs to be better. And now Quinn Hughes is going out there and talking about the noise too. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all of these Vancouver Canucks news and notes from this morning, heading into today's game against the Canadiens. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.